Okay, just started up the Datsun. Hear it. Yeah, revs without complaining. Drives along pretty good. There's the mileage. Kind of a cool diagnostic thing it has. It's fun to play with. It goes through some systems, I guess, and tells you it's okay. The oil pressure gauge does not work. I think it's the sending unit. I've not really looked into it just because I haven't needed to. Battery voltage gauge works, and this clock works as well. And this clock is actually also, see if I can figure it out. Yeah, it's also a lap timer. I always thought that was pretty neat. There's a radio. Air works. It gets pretty toasty in here once it gets warmed up. You know, rear wipers work. Fronts. Signals, headlights. Here's the original deck that's here. It's just kind of cool to look at. And then I have the new one here in a glove box. It just uses little 4-inch speakers in the back, so it's nothing crazy. Power mirrors work. Windows work really well. Dash carpet covering some cracks, nothing major, but it just was more affordable, and I feel like it looks just fine to put the carpet over it. The upholstery is in, I just have some seats on it right now. It's in good shape, with the exception of a little tear in the bolster right there. The whole driver passenger area is doing really well. The back is pretty clean as well. It has some sun fading, and obviously you can tell some stuff has been pushed up against the plastics, but you know, overall it's pretty solid. Roof louvers, there's the metal trim for the roof that I don't have on right now, some suspension parts, new clutch back there as well, actually. You can see his carpet's just old, but it's pretty good shape overall. The roof here is where there was some surface rust. I tried to just fix this area, and then it became clear that I wasn't going to be able to blend it with the rest of the roof. So I just sanded the whole thing down and threw some black primer over it. That big piece of trim I had back there is what covers this. These are where the mounting holes were. I just have it covered up so water doesn't get in right now. And once that's on, it'll be pretty easy to blend these. Yeah, it's just a little dusty right now because it's been sitting, but it's not too bad. Let me pop the hood in just a second. And for being completely straight piped, it's actually pretty quiet. There may be like a small muffler type thing back there. I don't really know, but it isn't loud. I think it sounds pretty good, actually. Let's see. The engine, I've done oil changes pretty much every 3,000 miles to the mark. They say you're supposed to use conventional with these. I've been using full synthetic with a zinc additive. It's been working really well. It might be worth going to a lighter weight over the winter. It's got a new cap and rotor, new spark plug wires, new spark plugs as well. You can hear there's a little bit of a valve click, and actually the injectors are pretty noisy as well, so that's what part of that is. I have some new vacuum lines on there. There's little maintenance parts here and there. I actually adjusted the throttle, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but in the throttle body there, I fixed a few small things. There's a brand new Mishimoto radiator. It's actually for an SR20, but I made it work. Original wheels. I think they've just been painted black, but maybe not, because it actually looks original. It's a little dark, but that's all in good shape. The bumper isn't pushed in at all. Corner lights work, or markers, I guess. Yeah, you know, I think that just about covers it. I can show something more specific if you want. Yeah, so you know, overall it's not perfect, but it's a really solid car. I just, doesn't really make sense for me to keep it right now, being a full-time student and having to pay tuition and everything.